Sola Scriptura, everyone. This is His Word only. Let's get right into this. So today we're going to be going over the Assyrian, or the Destroyer, aka Abaddon, right? And we're going to go over his kings, and that this guy very well may be the father of Lucifer. I know I've gone back and forth between him and Satan, but I think this scripture that I'm going to bring up in Isaiah will prove that to you. And we're going to identify who the destroyer is. I did something like this, a little further back, but I've learned a lot more since then, right? So it's more of a rehashing, but also with some new stuff to it, right? And just another thing that I did when I had 15 subscribers. So this is just so you guys understand where I'm coming from. But anyways, we're going to get started in Ezekiel 31, 3 through 8. Behold, the Assyrian was a cedar in Lebanon, with fair branches, and with a shadowing shroud, and of a high stature, and his top was among the thick boughs. The waters made him great. The deep set him up on high with her rivers running about his plants, and sent her little rivers into all the trees of the field. Now, on this channel, we know who the deep is, right? Hela. Maybe that's not her real name. Who knows what her real name is. But, Hela is the Norse goddess of the underworld. In her place is Niflheim. You can look this up. She has a fountain there with rivers going out. So, and this very well may be the fountain of youth, right? So, anyways. Therefore his height was exalted above all the trees of the field, and his boughs were multiplied, and his branches became long because of the multitude of the waters. And when he shot forth, all the fowls of heaven made their nests in his boughs, and under his branches did all the beasts of the field bring forth their young. And under his shadow dwelt the great nations. I want you to pay attention to this part right here. And under his shadow dwelt great nations. So there were nations. Thus was he fair in his greatness. Excuse me. Sorry about that. In the length of his branches, for his root was by great waters. Niflheim stuff, that's what it's talking about there, right? And the cedars in the garden of God. Now, pay attention to that. Garden of God, the Garden of Eden, right? And we have him here, the Assyrian, with great nations. Oh, where is it? Right. With great nations. So there were nations there. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, maybe not in the Garden of Eden, or maybe at that time that's where it was. Who knows? All I know is this guy was in the Garden of God. Now, could it be that this is where he was, and then he would go out to the nations? Who knows? But he was in the Garden of God. Anyways, the Garden of God could not hide him. The fir trees were not like his boughs, and the chestnut trees were not like his branches, nor any tree in the Garden of God was like unto him in his beauty. Next week, I am going to go over the Garden of Eden, and what happened to it, where it was, and all that. So, that's going to be interesting. Anyways, Isaiah 10:24. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, O my people that dwellest in Zion, be not afraid of the Assyrian. There he is again. He shall smite thee with the rod. And this rod is very important too. I would, like the trident of Poseidon, the trident, right? Very interesting thing about that. I do have a video on that if you want to check it out. It's called The Trident of Lucifer, I do believe. It'll be in the principality section, and I'll put a link in it, or a card, or yeah. Anyways, okay. And it shall lift up his staff against thee, after the manner of Egypt. And it's Egypt is where he seems to be showing up a lot, right? This isn't just some normal man, right? Okay. Isaiah 10:5-8. O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger, and the staff in their hand is mine indignation. I will send him against the hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him charge, or give him a charge, to take the spoil, and to take the prey, and to tread them down like the mire of the streets. Howbeit he meaneth not so, neither doth his heart think so. Here's the identifier right here. But it is in his heart to destroy and cut off nations, not a few. For he saith, Are not my princes altogether kings? Interesting. Here we go. Isaiah 14:21-25. This is the Lucifer chapter, right? And right here. So we start in 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers. They do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, and remnant, son and nephew, saith the Lord. I will also make it a possession for the bitter, in the pools of the water, and I will sweep it with the bosom of destruction. There it is again. Saith the Lord of hosts. The Lord of hosts has sworn, saying, Surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass, and as I have purposed, so shall it stand, that I will break the Assyrian, there he is, and my land, and upon my mountains tread him under foot. Then shall his yoke depart from off them, and his burden depart from off their shoulders. You know, is this one of the heads, right, in the three-headed eagle vision with second Esdras? Because right here, if we go on further, here, let me go down further. Here in verse 29, Rejoice not thou, O Palestina, because the rod of him that smote thee is broken. For out of the serpent's root shall come forth the cockatrice, and his fruit shall be a fiery flying serpent. Right? A seraphim. And if we know on this channel, I believe Satan is a seraphim. They're the guys that are floating, or flying, on top of God's throne and stuff, right? That we see. Now this is interesting here. Very interesting. Okay. So, after awakening and recovering, the fallen angels decided they needed a form. Oh, sorry. Okay. Sorry. The seven rebel angels were either horribly or even fatally injured during the violent battles against the archangels, leaving scars on their bodies as a reminder of their sins as well as their hatred towards their respective enemy, archangel. The first three to awaken from the impact of the abyss were Lucifer, Beelzebub, and Samael. As such, were regarded as three most pivotal as well as most powerful monarchs that the Lord over the rebel angels. So, there's that. Now, and due to the seven being the first to land in the abyss, okay, now this is what I want to bring. Okay, for centuries, hell has been organized by Lucifer into the ruling body called the Seven Princes, with him alongside Satan, right? So this is agreeing with the fact that Satan and Lucifer are two different entities, right? And Beelzebub, now, do I believe this 100%? No. But I find it interesting it's talking about these seven, right? Now, it doesn't say they're angels, right? I'm going to show you that they're his children, basically, the destroyer's children, or his kings, I guess you can say. Who knows how all that works, right? But I find that interesting that there's the seven, and you have Lucifer and Satan being talked about as two different entities. So, very interesting. Now, we're going to get into Dagon here. Something interesting about this character. Okay, in other cases, Dagon is said to keep with him the seven children of the underworld. God Ennemasara, and the netherworld aspect of Dagon is possibly supported by the temple built by Samsi Adad, 1808, 1776 BCE. Okay, interesting. So you have Dagon, who one of the interpretations, I guess, of him is he's the keeper of the children of the underworld. He's also said to have fathered Baal, or Baal, however you want to say it. And I think Baal and Lucifer are brothers. That he's one of the seven kings, maybe. Anyways, just interesting things that I need to look into further. Okay, Hosea 5:13. When Ephraim saw his sickness, and Judah saw his wound, then went Ephraim to the Assyrian. So maybe this is why we have all this stuff, because Ephraim went to the Assyrian, and sent to King Jerob, yet could he not heal you, nor cure you of your wound. So this is what happens when you turn away from God and go to the dark side, right? Thinking he can heal you. He may for a time, but it'll always come back to bite you. There's always deals you have to make, right? Okay, Revelation 17:10 through 11. And there are 7 kings. So, here's the 7. 5 are fallen. Now, I believe these are those 7 dictators of the world, right? That came throughout different ages, right? So, and there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen. This is in John's day. And 1 is. And the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. Some say it was the World War II crazy dude. I mean, there's all kinds of theories out there. You can look all those up if you want to. I have no idea who that could be. I'm not even going to pretend like I know. I've been trying to figure that out, and I haven't been able to, so. Anyways, in the beast that was, here's that the beast was before. He was in a time before, maybe the first one, right? But he's the 8th. But he's not in John's day, right? The day that John is writing Revelations. Even he is the 8th and is of the 7. So he's one of the 7. Those 7 kings of the underworld, right? And goeth into perdition. Perdition means destruction. This is why I call Lucifer the son of destruction. Now we're going to get into Abaddon, right? This is the Hebrew form of Apollyon, or it just means destruction, destroyer, doom, I guess it could mean. So we're going to see that. Revelation 9:11. And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in Greek tongue hath his name Apollyon. So what does this mean? What does Abaddon mean? The destroyer, or angel of the bottomless pit. Here's Wikipedia. The Hebrew term Abaddon, meaning destruction or doom. The meaning of Abaddon is a place of destruction, an underworld abode of lost souls. A place of destruction. Abaddon in the Bible means destruction. The angel of the bottomless pit. So there you go. So now we know who this guy is. The Assyrian. Right? And he's the angel of the bottomless pit. Who this is talking about are those locust, tail scorpion, faces like men and hair like women guys, right? So, just the Lord keeps bringing me back to this subject. Sometimes I just want to move on. I feel bad that I keep having to rehash this stuff, but this is what the Lord wants, and it's crazy on the journey He's taking me on. I would even a year ago I didn't know half of this stuff, right? It's just definitely been a journey, and I want to thank first of all God and Jesus Christ, right, for giving me the opportunity to have a voice. And then I want to thank you guys because you guys have definitely held strong, and supported me through my flashy intros and annoying stuff that I had in them, right? And I hope I kind of figured this out that I think I need to bring my mic a little bit further away. So hopefully there ain't too much lip smacking or anything like that. But anyways, guys. Oh, wait. I'm not done yet. Hold on. I forgot. Micah 5:5-8. And this man shall be the peace, when the Assyrian shall come into our land, and when he shall tread in our palaces. Then shall we raise against him 7 shepherds, and 8 principal men. Here's God's 7 shepherds, right? And 8 principal men. You're going to see God has a 70. The dark side has a 70. God has 7. The enemy has 7 kings, right? And they shall waste the land of Assyria with the sword, and the land of Nimrod and the entrances thereof. Thus shall he deliver us from the Assyrian, when he cometh into our land, and when he treadeth within our borders. And the remnant of Jacob, that's you, and Jesus, right? Talks about it's kind of like a one thing, right? One body type thing. Be in the midst of many people, as a dew from the Lord. Well, I should say this is probably saying Jesus. Sorry. My bad. I apologize on that. Shall be in the midst of many people, as dew from the Lord, as the showers upon the grass, that tarrieth not for man, nor waiteth for the sons of men. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles, in the midst of many people, as a lion, among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who, if he go through, both treadeth down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver. I wonder who that is. Sorry for the screw up there. Anyways, but I wonder who that is. Jesus Christ, right? There he is again. The Lion of the tribe of Judah, right? Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and you guys have a wonderful day.